Good morning. Welcome to Bits and Banter. Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, and everything else. So we are here to discuss the match that happened between Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings. Well, the match was pretty surprising. Both sides. Royals actually went hammer and tongs, but didn't get to a score we expected them to. They choked. And surprise, surprise, the Punjab team, they actually started very well and then choked. So my question to my two fellow panelists today, Ravi Teja and Arvind, is Hyderabad the new, or rather, is Punjab the new South Africa in terms of IPL cricket at least? Arvind, what's your call on that?
That's a surprising analogy, but definitely looks like the way Punjab has been playing in the last two seasons. They come almost close to winning the match, and then somewhere or the other, it's as if like they want to lose the match. And it's so sad to see that, because I saw an interesting stat. KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal have come with 400-run partnership, and all the 4 matches they lost.
Yeah.
Including yesterday. Two of them were chasing, and 2 of them were batting first.
Okay.
So I mean, how can they do that? The top 2 batsmen score about 100 runs in the first 10 to 12 overs, and eventually they end up losing the match. So
Yeah.
Definitely we can tag them. I don't know whether South Africa are the current chokers in international cricket. I've heard that India is, but yes,
Yeah,
definitely
we'll keep that aside for now. So
but definitely
yeah.
they are choking.
I'll bring Ravi in this case, in this stage. I mean, Ravi, so if I ask you a question, did RR win or did Punjab conspire to lose?
Punjab let RR win yesterday.
Punjab actually like Atiti Devo Baba, please win.
That's it. Yes,
they're playing on a neutral venue. Yeah, what's the big deal?
Don't know. Like they in the last moment they lost their momentum, and suddenly all of the pressure they lost a plan. At least Markram got a strike at least before last over. He would have cleaned it easily.
Yeah.
And at one stage, as we thought, they were short of 20 to 25 runs. I mean,
correct.
Rajasthan, I
yes.
thought. But these guys have, I don't know, out of nowhere, gifted the match. And actually, you're saying South Africa is a chokers, but I think Punjab is RCB 2.0.
I like that.
Joking.
So I think KL Rahul is very studiously following Virat Kohli's footsteps. What you can do, I can do better times. That's a good point.
At least for the appearance sake, they should change the jersey. They're looking more like RCB, performing and
they're behaving like RCB.
They're dejected. Their body language is also RCB.
Yeah,
with Bangalore players, I guess they are more or less like.
So they have talented bowlers, Punjab, but still
they bowled well, right? I mean, you think about it.
Well.
I think I'll pick up on that point that Ravi gave, that they actually bowled well, because see, at one point we were all thinking that they will. I mean, definitely RR will cross 200 runs. They might go to 220 even, because they were going very well. So that is the time when we had that weird situation where Rian Parag tried to become a hero and started trying to hit the balls instead of just taking a single and handing it over to Mahipal Lomro, who was, I mean, hitting everything that was coming his way. So at one point in our group, if you might remember, I even mentioned the umpire has suddenly become the ball boy. Poor fellow, he was coming back every over 2-3 times and giving new balls and going, right? So that was a weird thing. That is something weird. So I just want to ask you a question now. So where do you think Punjab actually lost it? Arvind, both of you can have this thing. What's your Arvind? What's your view? Then we'll go to Ravi.
Punjab actually lost it because of pressure. That is what I feel. 8 runs needed off the last 2 overs, and somewhere or the other pressure accumulated. See, in the last over, when you need 4 runs, the chasing team always has this pressure of earning those 4 runs. There's no pressure on the bowling. There's no pressure on the bowling side. And I mean, Kartik Tyagi was brilliant, but somewhere the pressure just added on just because of the penultimate over. Mustafizur Rahman bowled brilliantly. you have to give credit to Sanju Samson and Chetan Sakriya for saving that boundary. Otherwise, the match would have been over in that
Yeah,
in that over itself.
Yeah.
So Punjab lost it, but definitely Sanju Samson and his men did not give up till the last moment. So Sanju Samson's dive and Chetan Sakriya's dive in short third man were actually, that actually triggered and that boosted Rajasthan. And at the same time, with, like I said in the last over, if they needed 4 runs to win, the chasing team has to earn those 4 runs, and there won't be pressure on the bowling side. So that's where I feel. So somewhere, and plus obviously they carried the baggage from the last season of taking the match till the last ball and losing.
Yeah. So when you, Ravi, I'll ask you a question. When you have scored 120 runs in 12 overs, you are going at 10 and over, right?
Yeah.
You have scored 120 runs, and your opening batsmen are still there. One gets out. So remaining 65 runs in 8 overs should be easy, right? I mean, it's like 8 runs an over. You are scoring at 10. It is 8 runs an over. So what happened there? What were they trying to do?
Actually, Punjab team lacked that bonding. Actually, like Sehwag told that even babies change diapers at a lesser speed than Punjab changing their lineup.
I know. You're right.
So,
I heard that.
So so they have 1 or 2 players are getting changed, so they miss that facing the pressure situation. And if they have the same, let's see, for example, Rajasthan, they have did this a couple of times last year. So it's the same team. Like I think for few key players, like they have some bonding. Like see, they have some comfortable teams there. So Punjab somewhere lacked that bonding, and they didn't have a plan. Like the opposition is pressurizing you with good balls, and you can rotate the side simply. Give it to Markram, and just he will give some.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, so you're right. It is basically, even if they're taken 8 singles, you would have won the match, right?
Yeah, rotating the strike.
In 12 balls, 8
players
singles,
lack the planning.
Yeah. I think that is a good point we are bringing in.
Yeah.
So where do they go from here, guys? Now, I mean, see, like we discussed, Punjab seems to be doing all the right things except winning. So RR, unfortunately, they have lost 3 of their key British players, England players. Ben Stokes is not there, Josh Butler is not there, Jofra Archer is not there. So you would think any team which has lost these 3 players would be badly off. But these fellows, somehow they are holding on, and they're sort of making some change. Having said that, they are still at 6th and 7th place. They still need to win substantially over the big teams, the top 4 teams, to get anywhere close. Where do you see them going? Arvind, first you, and then we'll go to Ravi.
They have to win crucial moments, and I mean, it's just talking specifically about Punjab, they have to win crucial moments. Like Ravi said, they have to form a core team. It does not work this way. It definitely does not work this way. Yesterday, dropping Ravi Bishnoi, Chris Gayle. Ravi Bishnoi was brilliant in UAE last year. Chris Gayle has been. Chris Gayle is a player. I don't know. You can definitely debate on that, but dropping Chris Gayle as well as Ravi Bishnoi was something which I did not understand. And they have to come up with a core team. They have to decide on 6 to 7 fixed players in the team.
If not 6 to 7, at least 4.
At least 4 or 5. Yeah.
So I'll just come to that. I just want to add one point to what Arvind said. See, when you are dropping Chris Gayle in favor of Aiden Markram, you would expect Markram to bowl, right?
Very true.
He didn't bowl. He was standing on the boundary. He took 3 catches. Good, right? So
especially with you have about 2-3 left-handers in Rajasthan Royals. You expect Aiden Markram to bowl, but
so my point is he's selected for his all-round abilities. I'm assuming that he's. See, otherwise, why would you drop Gayle for Markram? Gayle can do.
Markram was also in good form. No, Markram was in good form of late, but I agree. Like you said, it definitely falls.
Gayle also came off the CPL. No, what's the big deal? So Ravi, what's your take on that?
Yeah, coming to you're saying about Gayle and Markram, like actually Markram is actually is an opener for South Africa. Like as Arvind told, he is doing well for them. and expected to do. But anyhow, the top order did the job mostly. Top three guys have almost finished the match for him. He can simply take singles and fours and win the match. Unlucky, but yeah, what I'm saying is this: Rajasthan seems to have more energy overall. Team-wise, Rajasthan seem to be more energetic while executing whatever. Win or lose, they are showing some energy and showing some. They are engaging. Whereas maybe due to the captaincy or something, but Rahul doesn't seem like that. Like, yeah, they are doing everything, but I think they feel some spirit. They miss some spirit in them. Maybe they need to come up very quickly and win every match. I don't know if they qualify or not after winning every match. Already it's an hour. They have got only 6 points now.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. 3 wins out of 9 matches.
Yeah, my favorites are Rajasthan. I mean, for this season, I don't know why, but I was backing Rajasthan. These guys, expecting these guys will do better. After seeing Livingstone in the team, I'm with Rajasthan.
Oh, so we have more Livingstone fans. I thought we only had Jitendra, who was a Livingstone fan. But good, the tribe is growing. So let it go. Anything else? Any other thoughts that you guys have for about this match? Anything specific before we go to the today's match?
No, nothing. I guess both the captains were sloppy during the middle overs. Be it KL Rahul and Sanju Samson, both looked clueless. And if you notice, both the teams scored a lot of runs in the middle overs. Somewhere towards the end, the death overs is where both the teams pulled it back. So maybe it was because of pressure where Punjab lost it. But it was not good to see KL Rahul having a very sloppy day when you have his name going around for the next T20 captain. So it was not good to see that Sanju Samson's form again. The ball was in the 10th stump. He poking at it was again a very, very sad sight to see, being a Mallu, and seeing him play that way was very, very disheartening to see.
I agree.
Yeah. So these things, I mean, with regards to captaincy, it was sloppy, but again, Sanju Samson held his cool. He was very cool in the last 2 overs, and guess I can give 1 point for him, definitely, for pulling the game.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. See, I mean, I'll just go back to what Ravi said. Royals were trying their best to lose. And Punjab said, no, why do you want to lose? We will lose, man. We are magnanimous. See, think about the situation. See, Royals, the last 6 wickets, it went for 20 runs. So what were they thinking? I don't know. So it was almost like harakiri, like this, everybody people were walking in and walking out. Okay. So that was also like we can use the diaper change thing. Batsmen were saying, coming in, going back. And then the other fellows, they said, oh, you think you can lose? We will show you how to lose. So, Ravi, anything else from your side on this?
Yeah, but it's not good part on, like, as you said, Rahul's like being a future captain or whatever for India. Not good on seeing him on a losing side after performing like that. That too for so many number of times. I didn't count how many times Punjab lost like this, but it's not good from his part. But maybe they'll get back. But I'm sure their energy levels are not better. Like Rajasthan had better energy levels. Maybe they need to believe. Actually, they didn't believe they can win. That's it, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good note on to end on that segment on. So finally, coming to today's match. So we have Delhi Capitals and SRH, which is why you see one of our panelists wearing the SRH t-shirt. So I'll go to him directly. What's your take, man, Ravi?
Actually, they need to win all. They have only 2 points now, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that their campaign is almost gone or whatever. But it's a must-win game for them. They should prove themselves back. And I'm expecting, of course, obviously, I'm cheering for SRH today. You should see the lineup today, because they have last time in the first leg they have they didn't give place for Warner, I guess, right? Warner was not there.
Yeah, he was dropped.
He was rested. He dropped from captaincy. He was rested for a game, I think, which is very important also.
No, this time Warner will be there because Bairstow is not there.
Bairstow is not playing.
So Warner will
be the foreign player. Even Kane Williams, we can expect Kane Williams.
He will be there. He's the captain.
Yeah,
he's the captain. So he will be there. So Arvind.
UAE,
sorry, go ahead, Ravi.
Yeah, sorry, small point only. Actually, UAE is I think it's a suitable place for SRH. I think it's maybe might be they may try to win today, but DC, of course. DC is also not an easy team. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Arvind, anything? I mean, what's your take?
Yeah, I feel Delhi start off as outright favorites for this match. Considering that the previous time they met in this season, it was a tie, it was a super over, and Akshar Patel eventually took them over the line. But I personally feel that David Warner, who was not doing well in the first phase of this tournament, will come afresh, and he'll be looking to contribute for SRH. The bowling lineup does not change much. I guess Nattu is coming back. Nattu is back to the team, and I think I'm looking forward to him playing. Delhi Capitals again will be happy to have Shreyas Iyer, and that will be a huge boost for them. Otherwise, considering the form in which Delhi is in, I think they'll be the favorites to do well. You have Andre Nokia, Rabada, Bada. I'll be seeing Akshar Patel playing instead of Amit Mishra because Akshar Patel is part of the World T20 squad. Ashwin is there, so looks like a good team and tough to beat.
Yeah. So I mean, my thoughts very simply is that I mean I sort of go with what Ravi said. See, you have got 2 points. You have got whatever 7 games you have played. Now you have seven more games.
Yep.
So you need to win all 7 to get to 16 points.
Yes.
So my point is have fun. I mean, if not win, I mean, if not to get into the top 4, you can at least spoil other people's parties.
Yeah, SRH is known for that.
They have done that before. So I think they should just focus on that and say, okay, let us have fun here, boss. Let us play. So I would be very keen to see the second Afghan player in SRH actually take the field.
Yeah.
Although the problem, Mohammad Nabi. Although the problem we have there is because the one you might leave out is Jason Holder, who has had a pretty decent CPL. So I really don't know which of them they'll choose because Kane Williamson and like we said, David Warner are certainties, and so is our.
Not necessarily because you can play both Nabi and Holder with dropping Warner. With Saha and Kane opening the batting. I mean,
that is a possibility.
That's a wild thought, but
we have Vijay Shankar also to open.
See, they don't have a problem. See, I am saying that, I mean, you are talking about impact players now, right? I mean, in this state of the game, there's no point in carrying people who can do well. You would rather have people who you know on a given day can murder the other bowlers. So, and then here what happens is you have 2 bowlers on the other side who are really genuine fast bowlers. So in my mind, David Warner is probably the best opening batsman against fast bowlers in every format. I mean, you can say Rohit Sharma is close by. These are the 2 guys in world cricket.
Correct.
You immediately think of in terms of fast bowling. The faster you bowl, the faster they will hit. So
true.
So that is the way I'm seeing it. But I mean, I totally agree with you. I think they can use SRH can actually use the next 7 matches to understand who are the people they want to retain when the new auctions come up. I mean, I think that is the way I would see it. So yeah, so that is it. So I mean, in terms of, I know who Ravi is supporting. Arvind, who are you supporting today?
There's no specific support as such, but may the best team win and let's have a good cricket match again.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, since I mean, we can't all support the same team. That will look very weird. So I will go with Delhi.
Yeah.
Because I stayed in Delhi for a fourth of my life so far. So why not? And like you said, I would love to see how Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant sort of hit it off as captain. One captain and one ex-captain. So thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch up again soon with another roundup. So please go ahead and share, like, and subscribe to the channel.
Sure.
And I mean, in case you don't like it, please leave your comment saying why you don't like it. So we are more than happy. We love brick bats as much as we love bouquets. So all the best. Take care. See you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Jai Hind. Namaskar.